Hi, hello, hello. This is the My Artifact episode number 3985, probably. Yeah. Today's date is April 6, 2026. It's been almost like a morning at 8:03 a.m. All right, let's just jump into the question. Let's go. All right. So, question is, what is quick, easy thing I can do tomorrow to prove someone that I truly care about? Okay, that's a really good question. Okay, first of all, what exactly is this question and why am I asking this question to myself? A couple of days ago, I read a book, How to Win and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. A really amazing book, by the way. Okay, and I wanted to implement the value that book taught me. How do I supposed to do that? By asking question to myself and giving the honest answer. So I went to ChatGPT, kind of like I said that I read this book. I wanted to implement the value that book taught me. Suggest me 20 question. So ChatGPT kind of like suggest me those 20 question. By the way, all those questions are actually in the mobile phone. Okay, yeah. But because of recording, I cannot do that fiddling things and that and that. So that's why I wrote question in here. By the way, this is the new book that I'm reading. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Really amazing book. Alright, yeah. So question is, what is a quick, easy thing I can do tomorrow to prove someone that I truly care about them? Do I? Um, Let me tell you, I am not a selfish person. I am literally like I'm very much honest. I am very much a selfish person. Um, I do kind of like something like if I wanted to spend time or money with anyone, I need to know something why, and I need to know something why I do this thing and what is exactly I am getting in return. Okay, yeah. So yes, I am a selfish person. Okay, like I'm really honest. Yes, and I would not gonna kind of like somebody spend time or money to kind of like prove somebody that I like prove somebody for the questions it says that I truly care for them. Like no, it's not. Okay, like am I evil person? No, not like evil, but like it's today's reality tour. Okay, yeah. Like basically is this thing now what I kind of like understand is that throughout whatever the life that I have been through, you have to fix your life first. You have to make yourself better. Then after that you have to kind of like somebody do the kind of like a things that says that ki truly care for someone and things that truly care for someone is particular person who basically that particular person is your fiance, your significant other, your parents. Then obviously it's your responsibility to make them that you truly care for them. But rather than that, I would not gonna kind of like somebody prove myself how good am I to kind of like I take care and things. Why is that? Why are you not kind of like a thing? It's just like that na ki I have so many stuff inside of my life to figure it out. There are so many things that I have to be kind of like a fix in my life. Why do I have to kind of like a prove somebody that I genuinely care for them? Besides my kind of like a significant other and besides my parents and yeah, why? Like basically is this in a like let me tell you one thing now. Ki throughout my life I realized that na ki like I know that this question is actually about now how to win and influence people, and it is really essential that you have to kind of like somebody be genuinely care for them, genuinely care for other people and things and that. But like basically this is what I realized that he people take advantage of those people. Like I was that particular person. I wanted to kind of like genuinely care for other people, and people take advantage. Literally, people take advantage, and and that's kind of like a things that ki, like basically this thing ki, like I was a kind of like a particular person who is kind of like a helping other, like throughout, like basically I just kind of like a bunch in that ki, yeah, I will gonna do help and things and that. But when I really required other help, most of the time that I didn't really get that help. Yeah. And sometimes it just kind of like a very awkward to ask the help and things and that. Because let me tell you one thing, when you try to kind of like a prove yourself how good you are, and other people are not kind of like a something is this thing, not like a, like basically is this thing ki the world is kind of like a very toxic dude. I'm not saying, I'm not kind of like a somebody is this thing that kind of like a thing is that ki world is like there are no good people at all. There are good people, but it's just like that ki I realize my life that ki if I wanted to truly prove somebody that I am genuinely care for them, it's for the people that I love, and that's it. Okay, yeah, like my parents, significant other. Okay, um, like yeah, this would be okay. Not that much, because it's that it's not. But like sometime I realize that ki then you might not gonna win and influence people, you might not succeed, right, if you not kind of like genuinely care for other people, right? Then one thing I realized that okay, if I want to kind of like somebody genuinely care for other people, so don't care, solve their problem. Okay, like basically it's this thing ki if you want to genuinely help or genuinely kind of like a take care of the people, do not take care, solve their problem. Okay, and solve their problem from ground up. Okay, but it's depend on something very different. Like basically it's this thing ki let's just say that ki like imagine a kind of like a something that ki like a education burden, the parents are getting lot of education burden a lot to their kids and things and that. Now you genuinely care for them, so how should you supposed to solve? Well, you cannot able to be kind of like a fix the entire education system, right? Well, I can and I wanted to. Okay, so basically I will fix that thing. Like basically my approach would be that ki solve the problem instead of taking care, because sometimes solving problem would be kind of like a much more better than kind of like a taking care. Because when you take care, people are take lightly, people are take kind of like a something is this thing that ki like like basically just like a taking lightly, like okay, yeah, that is kind of like a true. Okay, but the one thing I also realized that ki you are human, I am a human, and there are so many factors are kind of like a responsible as a being human. Our happiness depend on other people. How much joy I feel, like basically most of people kind of like a thing that money and things and that you kind of like get happiness from the money. Yeah, somewhat something, but probably is this thing that now most of the happiness is actually came from the people. Okay, so that is really essential that ki whoever the people that you have, you probably kind of like a genuinely care, or maybe like a okay, how do I supposed to be care? What exactly is this thing? It's not really that ki I would kind of like a somebody help other all the time. Okay, yeah. Sometime na self respect matter. Okay, yeah. Sometime you have to say no. It's not that, and there is no wrong to say no. And I realize that na ki if you are not saying no, people are take advantage. Like genuinely care, yeah, it's like that na, genuinely care, but still is the thing na ki with your limited boundary. Okay, like let's just say that ki like one of my friend who is kind of like a moving out to somebody somewhere. Okay, yeah. Now what is actually happened na ki in that particular context he have to move out, so there is a lot of kind of like a stuff that kind of like a put some stuff to kind of like a somewhere else and things and that. Now in that particular period of time, do I help that particular person? Yes, I do help. I went to that friend, I genuinely offer my help. I help him to move. Okay, yeah. So which is kind of like a really good, right? Yeah. So when the help needed, I would definitely kind of like a go, because in that particular time there is no choice. Okay, he have to move out, and probably is this thing that now he is kind of like a genuinely need your help. So in that particular period of time, I might kind of like a simply go and kind of like genuinely help for that particular person. But what if is this thing that you are kind of like a busy? Okay, yeah, you are kind of like a doing your work so much important. Then in that period of time, should you stop your work and kind of genuinely help that particular person? Well, not, because my work is top priority for me. It's not really that I would kind of like a simply just think that not to do my work and just kind of like a simply just try to help and things and that. A kind of like a have perfect balance regarding about how much help that you are offering, and how much important time is yours. Okay, yeah. Like basically this thing, if I am working, I am making sure that I will complete my work, and then after that I will kind of like provide the help. Okay, yeah. If you are agree, okay. If you're not agree, go with it. That's it. That's the only thing that I could offer. Okay. So this is what is it. Um Now if I'm kind of like looking at the future, okay, yeah, I will gonna do something lot of crazy shit in my life. Okay. And for that particular thing, I have to be kind of like a simply show that I will genuinely truly care for the people. So how do I supposed to do that? If I wanted to succeed in my life, how do I supposed to be kind of like simply genuinely care for people? How do I supposed to showcase that? Not to pretend, but genuinely care. Uh, Genuinely care, yes. I don't know at the moment. Okay, yeah. It's not really that I would completely like against and completely kind of like somebody is saying that just like not to like, I don't know at the moment. Okay, literally is this thing, because the experience that I get in my life, like a very bad experience. People took advantage of me so many times, and I lost so many stuff. And that's what I realized, that na ki sometimes you have to respect yourself. I learn a lot from my mistakes, and that and what is exactly that mistake? That my mistake was that I was always available for other, and people take care of the advantage of my time and things and that. I realized too late in my life that what is actually important for me, and now I realize that what is actually important for me. So I would not gonna kind of like a somebody that trade off with this particular thing that I would help other. I would not. Okay, yeah. If like a like basically sometime na you have to be. It's a true fact. Okay, yeah. Sometime you have to be pretend. Okay, yeah, that you have to genuinely care. Why? Like, is it kind of like completely wrong now? Like, why are you trying to pretend that you genuinely care? because sometimes na you don't have any choice. Okay, yeah. But like I would not gonna do that. If I try to pretend, then I would consider fake. Like I would kind of like a bluntly say no, or I would kind of like a simply like a try to realize whoever the particular person, that why am I not doing this thing, or why am I not genuinely care. I would kind of like explain why I'm not doing it that. Okay, yeah. F- Fake it or pretend it, I don't know, yeah. It's like that now. I try to understand this concept, but sometimes I just don't. Okay, yeah. Rather, I would kind of like solve the problem. Okay, instead of kind of like a caring somebody, I would solve the problem first, but not as an individual problem. A kind of like I don't know. Okay, yeah. It's kind of like something very difficult to kind of like somebody say this thing and that. By the way, the how to win and influence people, in that book there is a couple of tricks that mention to how do you supposed to be um, present that you genuinely care. Okay, first, call somebody. Okay, yeah. You genuinely care for anybody, call that particular person. Like let's just say that you and your friend are actually kind of like going somewhere. You reach to the house early, and basically it's this thing that then after that you call your friend that did you reach your house safely or not. This is kind of like a represent a genuine care. Would I able to do that? Yes, I will definitely. Maybe call or maybe kind of like a text message. I would gonna do that. Do you reach your house safely or not? It represent genuinely care. Another way is that ki sometime it's just like that na ki if you really want to kind of like a genuinely care, be kind of like a compassion. Okay, compassion means what? Ki sometime use kind of like instead of kind of like a something like using any kind of like a judgmental look or any kind of like opinion or kind of like a somebody judgment. I would not gonna do that. I would kind of like a somebody give sometime. I would kind of like a provide the compassion. Compassion means like that a good word, affirmative word to them. Okay, but making sure that would not kind of like a feel like kind of like a something this thing bargain or fake. No. Third thing, I will gonna do that by calling their name. Okay, name is one of the beautiful thing, and if you call that particular person by their name, it would be kind of like a much more better. Sometimes na genuinely care is not meant that ki you should supposed to be provide a help. Genuine care means what? Ki like just call somebody. Okay, yeah. Have you reached your home safely or not? Compassion. Okay, yeah. Or compassion or compliment other sometimes, but try not to do fake. Okay, and use their name. Okay, yeah. But sometimes name is like a very difficult. Like basically, is the thing. Ki I'm living in India. Okay, and if you are kind of like somebody using their direct name, then it would be kind of like a rude. Okay, like let's just say there is a like a my relatives came, so I would not gonna say like a xyz person came. No, I would gonna say kaka mama things and that. Okay, yeah. But the people who are under me, or I will gonna definitely gonna mention their name. Okay, yeah. With the compliment, with the affirmation word. I think that now this is the kind of like most I could do to kind of like a something I genuinely care for them. Okay. Sorry about the kind of like something like my opinion would be kind of like a much more different than yours. But I think that na ki I'm not try to prove you wrong, or I'm not try to kind of like tell you something that I am the right. No, it's just my opinion. It's just what I experienced throughout the life, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. So this is a kind of like a somebody way that I would kind of like a somebody represent that how do I genuinely care for that particular person. Okay, my significant other, my parents, these are exceptional. because for those I have to be genuinely care for them, because those are legit person. Okay, these are matter to me a lot. So yeah, this is it. Thank you.